So hello students, in our last video we have discussed the two reactions. Now we are going to discuss the third reaction. Now third reaction is the reaction with the silver salt of carboxylic acid. Now what is silver salt of carboxylic acid? Now we know that carboxylic acid is RCOOH. It is carboxylic acid. When this hydrogen of the carboxylic group is removed, then the residual part is RCOO minus. So carboxylic acid, from the carboxylic acid, if we remove the hydrogen of the carboxylic group, we are getting RCOO minus. This is called carboxylate. It is carboxylate. So carboxylate is negatively charged. Now if the negative charge of this carboxylate is neutralized by any metal RCO minus M plus, so negative charge of the carboxylate is neutralized by any metal, then it is called metal carboxylate. Metal carboxylate or metal salt of carboxylic acid. So it is called metal carboxylate or metal salt of carboxylic acid. If the metal is sodium, it is sodium carboxylate or sodium salt of carboxylic acid. If it is potassium, it is called potassium carboxylate or the potassium salt of carboxylic acid. Now here it is silver salt of carboxylic acid. So the metal is now silver. If it is silver, it is called silver salt of carboxylic acid. So the formula of the silver salt of carboxylic acid will be RCOOH. Metal is silver, so it is now RCOOH. So this is the silver salt of carboxylic acid. So now we are going to discuss the reaction with the silver salt of carboxylic acids. So alkyl halide, that is RX, on treatment with the silver salt of carboxylic acid, so it is RCOOH, that is silver salt of carboxylic acid. So now here this silver and halide, the silver halide is removed. So now the product is RCOO. Now this silver is removed, so now this oxygen will be now bonded with this alkyl group. So it is now RC double bond O, next single bond O. Now this oxygen is now bonded with the alkyl group, so it is R. So this is called ester. It is ester. So alkyl halide on treatment with the silver salt of carboxylic acid, we get ester. As for example, C2H5Br plus CH3COOH. C2H5Br plus CH3COOH. So now here this Br and silver, that is this HBr is removed. The product is CH3, C double bond O, single bond O. After this oxygen, now it will be connected with the C2H5. So product is CH3, C double bond O, C2H5. This is the product. So the name of the product is C2H5. It is called ethyl group, and CH3 C double bond O, this is called acetate. Up to this part it is acetate. It comes from the acetic acid, so it is acetate. So acetate group is connected with the ethyl, so it is now ethyl acetate. ethyl acetate. So the name of the ester is ethyl acetate. Now what is the name of the silver salt of carboxylic acid? So it is silver, and this part is the acetate part. That is, it is the parent acid is acetic acid. So it is acetate. So acetate is bonded with silver. So it is silver acetate. Silver acetate. So alkyl halide on treatment with the silver salt of carboxylic acid, the product is ester. So we are getting the ester. So if the silver salt of carboxylic acid, here it is silver acetate. So the name of the ester is ethyl acetate. CH3 C double bond O again single bond O after this group. It is come from the acetic acid, so it is called acetate. Acetate is bonded to ethyl, so it is ethyl acetate. So this is the reaction with the silver salt of carboxylic acids. Next reaction, reaction number 4. So the two reactions we have discussed in our last video. In this video, we have discussed the third reaction, that is the reaction with the silver salt of carboxylic acid. Now the fourth reaction is the reaction with KCN. Reaction with the potassium cyanide, KCN. So alkyl halide RX upon treatment with KCN. Alkyl halide upon treatment with KCN. So the KNX. Potassium halide is removed. So alkyl group is connected with the CN group. It is R and CN. So product is RCN. It is called nitrile, alkyl nitrile. Yes, alkyl nitrile plus KNX. It is KX. KX is the side product. Now this alkyl cyanide, from this alkyl cyanide we can produce 3 different products upon 3 different conditions. From this alkyl cyanide we can produce the different product. Alkyl cyanide upon hydrolysis. Alkyl halide upon hydrolysis. Now on hydrolysis, the cyanide group upon hydrolysis, it is converted to carboxylic group RCOOH. Cyanide group on hydrolysis, always cyanide group is converted to the carboxylic group. That is, we are getting carboxylic acid. Cyanide group upon partial hydrolysis or treatment with hydrogen peroxide in presence of base, or here it is concentrated HCl. So cyanide on treatment with hydrogen peroxide with base or concentrated HCl, then the cyanide group is always converted to the amide group CONH2. Cyanide on complete hydrolysis gives the carboxylic acid. Cyanide on partial hydrolysis gives amide. It is called amide. On partial hydrolysis it gives the amide. Upon reduction, that is hydrogen with nickel or lithium aluminium hydride or sodium in ethanol. So these are the reducing agent. Hydrogen in presence of nickel or lithium aluminium hydride or sodium with ethanol. These are reducing agent. So cyanide group on reduction, the cyanide group always converted to the CH2NH2. It is amine. Amine. So from cyanide we can produce the carboxylic acid. From cyanide we can produce the amide. From cyanide we can produce the amine. So alkyl halide on treatment with KCN, it gives the nitrile. CN group is called the nitrile group. Now from the nitrile we can produce the carboxylic acid upon hydrolysis. From nitrile we can produce the amide upon partial hydrolysis. From nitrile we can produce the amine upon reduction. The reduction can be done with hydrogen with nickel or lithium aluminum hydride or sodium with ethanol. So this is the reaction with KCl. Now our next reaction, number 5, reaction with AgCl. Reaction with the AgCl. KCl, now AgCl. So alkyl halide RX upon treatment with AgCl. So alkyl halide upon treatment with AgCl. So here AgNX, this AgX is removed. So here it is alkyl group and here CN group. So now it is RCN. The product should be RCN, but here it is not RCN, it is RNC. RNC, not CN. So if we use the KCN, it is getting the RCN, that is the bonding is taking place with carbon. But if we use the AgCN, we are getting RNC, it is called isocyanide. Here bonding is taking place with nitrogen. It is isocyanide. So with silver cyanide, we are getting the isocyanide. Now from the isocyanide upon hydrolysis, isocyanide upon hydrolysis, isocyanide upon hydrolysis, product is RNH2 plus HCOOH, amine. Cyanide on hydrolysis gives the carboxylic acid, isocyanide on hydrolysis it gives the amine, and upon reduction, hydrogen with nickel. Upon reduction, cyanide upon reduction it gives the primary amine, 1 degree amine. Nitrogen is bonded with 1 carbon atom. Nitrogen is directly attached to the 1 carbon atom, so it is primary amine. But isocyanide upon reduction it gives the secondary amine. Product is here RNHCH3. It is 2 degree amine. 2 degree amine. So cyanide, isocyanide upon reduction we are getting RNaCH3. Here it is CN group, it is with the CH2NH2, that is primary amine, 1 degree amine. And isocyanide upon reduction it gives the 2 degree amine, RNaCH3. So here nitrogen is bonded with 2 alkyl group. This is bonded with 1 carbon atom and 1 alkyl group, so nitrogen is attached to the 2 carbon atom directly, so it is 2 degree amine. So these are the reaction with the KCl and AgCl. KCl gives the cyanide, AgCl gives the isocyanide. Cyanide on hydrolysis gives the carboxylic acid, isocyanide on hydrolysis gives the amine. Cyanide on reduction it gives the 1 degree amine. Isocyanide on reduction it gives the 2 degree amine. So this is about the reaction with the AgCl and KCl. Now my question is, with KCl it gives the cyanide, that is nitrile, and with AgCl it gives the isocyanide. Question is why? Why one gives the cyanide and other gives the isocyanide? Now this question we will discuss in later. Now the explanation is based on the ionic and covalent nature. This KCN, it is an ionic compound, and AgCN, it is a covalent compound. So one is ionic compound and other is covalent compound. Due to the ionic and covalent nature, one gives the cyanide and other gives the isocyanide. So explanation in details we will discuss later. Now our next reaction number 6, reaction with KNO2. Reaction with KNO2. So alkyl halide RX plus KNO2 KONO. This is KONO. So here KX is removed. So now it is RONO. It is called nitrite. So when alkyl halide react with KNO2, it gives the nitrite. KRONO. As for example, C2H5Br plus KNO2. So now KNBr, KBr is removed. So here side product is KX. KBr, KBr is removed. So C2H5. Then NO2, it is not NO2, C2H5, then ONO, RONO, so C2H5, ONO, plus KBr. So this is about the reaction with the KNO2. So this is nitrite, that is ethyl nitrite. CDSL is called ethyl, so it is ethyl nitrite. Now next reaction with the AgNO2. Next reaction with the AgNO2. So RX plus AgNO2. So AgX is removed. So it is RNO2. Product is RNO2 plus AgX. So here it is nitroalkane. So RNO2 bonding is with nitrogen and here bonding with oxygen. So with KNO2, here bonding taking place with the oxygen, and AgNO2, the bonding taking place with the nitrogen. It is called nitroalkane. So with AgNO2, we are getting the nitroalkane. So for example, C2H5Br. For example, C2H5Br plus AgNO2. C2H5Br plus AgNO2. So AgBr is removed. So C2H5NO2. C2H5NO2. It is nitroethane. It is called nitroethane. So again the question is why with KNO2 it gives the nitrite, with AgNO2 it gives the nitro compound, nitroalkane. So again the question is, explanation is based on the covalent and ionic nature. KNO2 it is ionic compound, AgNO2 it is covalent compound. So due to the ionic and covalent nature, one gives the nitrite, other gives the nitroalkane. So here we are getting gives nitrite, and here it gives nitroalkane. Nitroalkane. So now we are going to explain why. That is Cassian and addition. One gives the cyanide, other gives the isocyanide. With KNO2 and AgNO2, one gives the nitrite, another gives the nitroalkane. Now the question is why. Now we are going to explain. So now Rx plus KCN, product is RCN, but Rx plus AgCN, product is RNC. Now this is because Rx when react with KCN, that is KCN, Cassian. Now Cassian is ionic compound, that is K plus Cn minus, that is it is ionic compound. Cassian is ionic compound, K plus Cn minus. So here it is Cn minus. So we know that nitrogen always carries one lone pair. Nitrogen always carries one lone pair. Suppose ammonia NH3. Nitrogen has one lone pair. Suppose RNH2 amine, nitrogen carries one lone pair. So nitrogen has one lone pair. So here it is, nitrogen carries one lone pair. And here carbon is negatively charged. Negative charge means it is rich in electron. So carbon also has one electron pair. So KCN is ionic compound, K plus Cn minus, that is carbon carries negative charge. Negative charge means it is rich in electron, it carries the one electron pair. So carbon has one electron pair, and we know that nitrogen also has a electron pair. So here both carbon and nitrogen, both the atoms are electron rich, that is they have electron pair. So now this carbon can attack with the alkyl group, as well as nitrogen also can attack with the alkyl group. Suppose Rx plus Cn minus, that is carbon has electron pair, nitrogen also has electron pair. So one possibility is that the carbon with this electron pair can attack with this alkyl group and halogen is removed. Other possibilities is Rx plus Cn minus. So now nitrogen also has electron pair. So nitrogen can also attack with the alkyl group and halide is removed. So these are the two possibilities. Suppose it is A, it is B. So in A, carbon with its electron pair can attack with the alkyl group. Other possibility is that nitrogen with electron pair attack with this alkyl group. So when the attack takes place with the carbon, then the bonding will take place with the carbon and alkyl group, that is RCN. RCN. Carbon is attacking to the alkyl group, so bonding takes place between the alkyl group and the carbon. Other here nitrogen, lone pair on the nitrogen is attacking to the alkyl group, so here bonding taking place between the alkyl group and nitrogen. So here it is R, then NC, RNC. There are two possibilities. One, carbon with its electron pair can attack with the alkyl group. Other is nitrogen with electron pair can attack with the alkyl group. So two possibilities. One is in one when the carbon attack with the alkyl group, then bonding taking place between carbon and alkyl. The alkyl group is nothing but the carbon. That is, it is carbon-carbon bond is formed. But here it is alkyl group is carbon, so carbon nitrogen bond is formed. So two possibilities. One is carbon-carbon bond is formed. Other is carbon-nitrogen bond is formed. Which is stronger bond? Carbon-carbon bond is strong, or carbon-nitrogen bond is strong? Obviously, carbon-carbon bond is stronger bond. So here in A, carbon-carbon bond is formed. In B, carbon-nitrogen bond is formed. So carbon-carbon bond is stronger bond than carbon-nitrogen bonds. That's why the attack will take place with the carbon atom, but attack with the nitrogen atom will not take place because carbon nitrogen bond is weaker bond. So this is not taking place, it is taking place. Clear? I am again repeating. KCN, it is ionic compound K plus Cn minus. So Cn minus means carbon has the negative charge. Negative charge means it is rich in electron. So carbon has electron pair, and nitrogen always has one electron pair. So both the carbon and nitrogen carries the electron pair. So now this carbon can attack with the alkyl group, as well as nitrogen can also attack with the alkyl group, because both has lone pair of electron. Now actually, which will attack? Carbon will attack or nitrogen will attack? There are two possibilities. Out of the two possibilities, which is actually occurring, either occurring is taking place with the carbon atom or with the nitrogen atom. If attacking is occurring with the carbon atom, then carbon-carbon bond is forming. And if attacking is occurring with the nitrogen atom, then carbon-nitrogen bond is forming. So carbon-nitrogen bond is weaker bond than the carbon-carbon bond. So actually the attack will take place with the carbon atom. So we get the cyanide. So if we use the KCl, we will get the cyanide. Now come with the AgCl. So Rx plus AgCN. It is covalent compound. Now here carbon, valency of the carbon is 4. The valency of the carbon is satisfied. Carbon does not have any electron pair, but nitrogen has electron pair. So with AgCN, carbon does not have any electron pair. That is, carbon is not rich in electron. Only the nitrogen is rich in electron, because nitrogen has lone pair of electron. The carbon, valency of the carbon is 4. Valency of the carbon is satisfied. Only nitrogen has one electron pair, so nitrogen is rich in electron. Now the nitrogen will attack with the carbon. That is, nitrogen will attack with the alkyl group. So here attack with the carbon is not possible, because carbon does not have any electron pair. Only the nitrogen have electron pair. So this nitrogen will attack with the alkyl group. So now this alkyl group is bonded with the nitrogen. So now we are getting the product RNC. RNC, that is isocyanide. So with AgCN we get NC, not Cn, because here carbon cannot donate any electron pair. So this is the question. This is the explanation. So this is our explanation. That is, with KCN it gives the cyanide, with AgCN it gives the isocyanide. This is because in KCN it is ionic compound. Both the carbon as well as the nitrogen are electron rich. So carbon can attack as well as the nitrogen can attack, but attack actually taking place with the carbon atom, because carbon-carbon bond is stronger bond. But AgCN, this carbon does not have any electron pair. So So carbon cannot donate any electron pair. Only nitrogen can donate the electron pair to the alkyl group. So now this alkyl group is bonding with the nitrogen. So RNC. So RNC, that is isocyanide. So addition, it gives the isocyanide. So I hope you got the point. So this is the class for this video. In the next video we will discuss the next explanation, that is with KNO2 and AgNO2. So thank you.